The start of 2025 has been the start of Jagex's decline. Runescape has been one of the most beloved video game series of all time, but recently its community has turned against its studio Jagex. Many popular content creators reviewed the studio's plans of adding additional revenue models into their games. As a consequence, all the Runescape games in Steam have been review bombed to oblivion. The question many of us should be asking: what can I do to help turn things around? And that's exactly what I asked myself. So how can I help Runescape community? Well, I am a game developer. I'm not the best, certainly not the most experienced, but I love games. I know my games, and I want to prove that I can make it. So I started working on my game 6 months ago. I came up with the name Shadows of Tuodela. I have a previous video showcasing the early development progress. If you're interested in that, you can find the video here. Ever since the release of the tech demo, I've been live streaming and working on the next version of the game. Things started off strong. I added unique art and this Don't Starve look into the game. I started to understand the workflow that was needed to pull something like this off. The gameplay loop was taking shape. We were on to something magical. But I had made a big mistake. I completely forgot that I was building a multiplayer game.
We got an epic problem happening right now. All socket receive requests were marked as failed, likely because socket itself has failed. What is that?
I was hooked in making fast progress that I lost sight of multiplayer testing. The one thing you have to understand in multiplayer game development is that you have to think and test in this multidimensional way. I lost sight, and I started doubting myself, and nearly everything I had worked on had to be redone. I needed help. It was time to turn to my idol, the Hacker Man. I need to be like Hacker Man.
Hey.
Wax on, wax off.
Wax on, wax off. Hey, show me wax on, wax off. Yes! 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 Show me paint to fence.
And it was a major success. The servers were barely on load. Everything seemed to work almost perfectly. We had succeeded in creating all these new features in multiplayer setting. A custom 2D character, animation for movement and combat, crafting and its materials, salvaging, interactable berry bushes, terrain and textures, Tuonela waters, NPCs and their drop tables. I felt so proud of my game. People got excited and they wanted more. That's when you know you're doing something right, when people start being invested in the project. I was getting fan art, opinions and wishes for future features, and I love to hear about it. We did have some bugs, obviously. The major of which was the fact that NPCs dropped loot for everybody.
So there's a blood. Check how many you have and then loot. Oh my god, so there is something wrong with how the loot is handled, so you can actually like grief and steal others people's stuff, so that's really unfortunate.
You could literally just spectate a fight and steal someone else's loot. This is actually a part of a bigger design issue. We have to handle the loot authority with silk gloves in various situations. I want to mimic the old school times so that loot is personal, but it can become free for all after some time. Then there was this other bug. I had decided to put volcanic berry bushes into the wilderness to give PvPers a chance to attain some extra food, but there was a problem. You could spam interaction with the berry bush to get multiple berries instead of one. Other than that, there were really only a few minor visual bugs that hindered the alpha experience. I'm going to fix those, wrap it up, and move on to developing the beta version of the game. But here's the thing. I need your help. The game has a Steam page now, and you can officially wishlist it. Every wishlist helps a ton. And consider subscribing to the YouTube channel, thank you. I hope you liked the video, I had a blast making it. Until next time, bye bye!